What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Let's Talk Black History with me, your host, Miss Nicole. So, today we're talking about one of the most important sporting events in Black American history and in American history. A fight that lasted just over 2 minutes but created a lasting impact around the world. On June 22nd, 1938, heavyweight champion Joe Louis stepped into the ring against a German boxer named Max Schmeling. I think I said that last name right, but if I didn't, the spelling will be correct, so my apologies. But see, this wasn't just a boxing match. For many people around the world, especially Black Americans, this fight represented a battle against racism, oppression, and Nazi ideology. Let's get into it. So, Joe Louis was born in Alabama in 1914 around the segregation times. So, in other words, he grew up during the segregation times. So, I didn't mean to say around the segregation times. Y'all know what I mean. He grew up in the segregation times. But like many Black Americans of his time, he faced discrimination, limited opportunities. But despite these challenges, Lewis developed an incredible boxing skill. Known as the Brown Bomber, he quickly rose through the ranks and became one of the most dominant heavyweight champions ever. And I do mean ever. By the late 1930s, Lewis had become more than an athlete in the Black community. He was a symbol of Black excellence, Black pride, Black resilience. For many African Americans, or scratch that, for many Black Americans, because I don't call us African Americans, for many Black Americans, seeing a Black man dominate a sport on the world stage brought pride during an era when society constantly tried to deny Black achievement, Black pride, Black resilience, Black talent. But in 1936, Joe Louis fought Max for the very first time. Most people expected Louis to win, but unfortunately, Max shocked the world by knocking him out in the 12th round. So this was Joe Louis's first professional loss, his very first professional loss. The victory was celebrated heavily in Germany, and I do mean heavily. As Adolf Hitler and the Nazi Party rose to power, Nazi leaders attempted to use Max's win as a propaganda to support their racist ideas about superiority. Suddenly, a boxing match became political. So people wanted a rematch. And a rematch they got. The rematch was scheduled for June 22nd, 1938. The anticipation was numerous. Um, it was enormous. I mean, over 70,000 fans packed the Yankee Stadium. Millions listened in on the radio for the Black Americans, for the Black culture. This was more than just a sport at this point. Many viewed Joe Louis as carrying the hopes of an entire community on his back. When the bell rang, Louis came out aggressively. He attacked immediately. Max had no answers for Joe. Joe Louis knocked him down repeatedly. I'm talking about one knockdown after the other knockdown after the other knockdown after the other knockdown and knockdown and knockdown and knockdown. Just 2 minutes and 4 seconds into the first round, the fight was over. The fight was over. Joe Louis had won. Joe had something to prove. And he proved it that day. Where it took Max 12 rounds, it took Joe 1. And he had done it in a dominant fashion, too. So the celebration across America was incredible. Black communities erupted with joy. Many Black Americans saw the victory as a powerful response to the racism at home and abroad. See, at a time when segregation was still legal and discrimination was widespread, Joe Louis showed the world what Black excellence looked like, what Black excellence was to be, what Black excellence carried in such a high fashion and high regard that no one had an answer for it. His victory became a symbol of pride, hope, and resilience. It reminded people that talent, determination, and character matter far more than the hateful beliefs promoted by Nazi ideology. Joe Louis proclaimed a victory over Max that remains as one of the most significant moments in sporting history. It showed athletic ability, but it also showed how athletics can sometimes become part of something much larger than just boxing or sporting competition. More than 80 years later, people still remember the night Joe Louis stepped into the ring and delivered a victory that inspired millions. Yes, he may have taken the loss first, but the victory was so sweet. Thank you for watching Let's Talk Black History with me, your host, Miss Nicole. If you enjoyed this episode, make sure you do me a big favor, and that's hit the like. Make sure you comment. Make sure you subscribe. And as always, let me know what Black history topic you would like me to cover next. Until next time, keep learning, keep growing, and keep making history. And as I like to say, let's stay peaceful, let's stay blessed, and let's stay Black, baby. Peace out.